Yeah.
I don't want to spend too much time on, but I do want to address as well. So they set up in Last Jedi that potentially Rose is interested in Finn.
Oh boy, this one.
And it's awkward there because it's not
Yeah.
set up properly and like they don't go anywhere with it.
It's
She
very
like
forced,
plants a
yeah.
kiss on him and he's like, it's about my friends are dying behind me. I really
Yeah.
don't, this isn't the time. And then the rest of the movie goes and it's not addressed again. This movie, they go so far. They're like, okay, everybody hated Rose, so the character that played Rose is not going to get any screen time.
Right.
She's going to be pushed in the background. We don't need to see this girl's face. She's the worst. And it's like, no, she's not the worst. You guys wrote her that way.
Right.
It's your fault. This poor lady thinks she has an opportunity to be in Star Wars.
Right.
And you totally screwed her over. That's not our fault. We hate how you wrote her.
Right.
She sucked as a character.
Right.
We didn't say she sucked as an actress, you moron. It was messed up. And then
it's like, don't listen to the fans who attacked Rose, and they shouldn't have done that. That's terrible. Or the actress who plays her.
That's messed
up. It's like, this isn't her fault.
Yeah, she didn't write it, you morons.
Yeah.
Then outside of that, they're like, yeah, we cannot have Finn in love with Rose anymore.
Yeah,
we're gonna
that's gone now.
They're gonna have. We cannot do this interracial thing. He's gonna get a lady that looks just like him.
Yeah.
And we're gonna just go with that.
Yeah, it's super racist.
It's not only is it racist, but it's also super contrived because they find her on this random it's just this back alley planet.
Yeah, yeah.
And she's like, I'm just like you. I was also a stormtrooper, and we didn't want to shoot the innocents. And I was like,
when she said that, I cringed so hard. I was like,
the worst.
Whoa. I was like, are you serious? Like, everyone black is a slave in this universe? What's wrong with you? Are you out of your mind?
Like, did you guys
That's
seriously
so offensive.
And now they've got to be together. We can't have Rey. Rey and Finn cannot be together. Rose and Finn cannot be together.
Yeah, they can't. Aside from the fact that they can't make up their minds of what to do with Finn's love interest, because in the first film he's supposed to be interested in Rey,
right?
And so you're like, okay, there might be something there. In the next film, it's like with Rose, and like, oh, that didn't work out. So now it's like with a brand new character, and it was just like, gosh, like, I just
commit to something, man. And seriously,
the whole thing was just awful.
And
it just has no. It has no integrity. That's the problem.
True.
Because again, there's just no commitment to anything, and it just does all this stuff to pander, and then makes, oh, let's tweak some things over here because it fits my personal sensibilities, and let's tweak some other things because it fits like someone else, what I think their sensibilities will be.
Yeah.
And it's like everybody should be offended at this movie, like literally everyone. Like I don't care like where you are on like culturally or the political spectrum, like I can't think of a single person who should be like, this wasn't offensive, this was good. I'm like, this is offensive. It's like, these are no. Like,
the lack of commitment, I think, is what is the most egregious in this film, because and they do that intentionally with like Chewie not dying or C-3PO getting his memories back. They keep setting these things up that you think are actual consequences, and then they just remove them, and that happens on a bigger scale as well, like with Finn getting with this other character, this new character. I don't even remember her name because I don't think they even mentioned.
They don't treat the character with any kind of respect, so you don't get to really know her. They just give her the backstory, the slave narrative backstory. It's like, oh my gosh, are you so insensitive?
I remember looking over and you're just like,
I was in shock.
Are you serious?
It's like, are we doing this right now? Was there no sensitivity person on set? Good God, did anybody have the will to like? I'd have been like, whoa, what are we doing?
Hey, guys,
we can't do this. Are you out of your mind?
I think we should think about this one a little bit.
Gosh.
Maybe he should just get with Rey. Let's just do it.
I get like the character's backstory, but it's like, all right, we gotta cast somebody else, and we gotta give her a different role. Like, you can't do this. Like, there's very obvious messaging with this,
right?
And it's super.
Well, it's so blatant because it's not fleshed out at all.
Yeah,
they literally see each other, and then she tells the same story that he went through, and it's like love at first story. And it's like, oh, okay, sure. Because the thing is, too, he's been rejected by Rey.
Yeah.
He basically hardcore friends Rose. He like taps her on the shoulder at one point and then walks off. It's like, ugh. And then you get to this character, and it's like, you're not gonna do it, are you? Oh no.
Well, and if you're bringing like, you know, your teenage kids or whatever, or your middle schoolers, and they're gonna like it, right? They're not gonna catch up on like the racist nuance. They're not gonna see it that way. And
I love how much you're like on that. You're like, man, that was rough.
It was because it was so blatant. I was like, how did nobody not catch this? I was like,
it
what
really
is
makes you
wrong
question,
with you?
like, was no one in there like,
yeah,
I don't think this is gonna do what you think it's gonna do.
Because sometimes I've had my friends point out stuff in media, and I'm like, oh yeah, I didn't see it that way, but you're kind of right. That is leaning in that direction.
Kind of overtones, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not the best at figuring out those things. But this one, I was just like instantly, I was like, you're not even gonna try to sugarcoat this, like, really? Wow. Okay. Like, what else am I supposed to take from that?
Not much. I mean, no, you got the message. That was the message for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, no more interracial couples here. All right. This is